How should you think about utilizing AI in your life to potentially start and grow your business? Well, let's talk about it. As you guys know, 2024 is going to be the year of artificial intelligence, with it beginning to take over most things that we do on a daily basis. This means that people will be developing businesses that will lead into making multiple millions of dollars in a variety of different ways. My name is Praying for Exits. I run a venture capital fund called Exits Capital and a media business called Exits Media, where we focus on the coolest and most interesting stories in technology and venture capital. In the last 12 months, artificial intelligence has transformed industries, automating processes and making a variety of businesses far more efficient via revolutionizing decision-making with analytics and machine learning. An example is healthcare, that has advanced with AI-driven diagnostics and treatments, while transportation is another, reshaping self-driving cars and smart infrastructures around cities. The AI revolution will reshape work, life, and play, offering unmatched opportunities for growth, innovation, and wealth creation in a transformative era, especially in 2024. Over the last few years, artificial intelligence was really used in cottage industries like self-driving, and it wasn't really widely available to the general public. I think in 2024, what you'll start to see is that the average person will be able to integrate artificial intelligence much more into their daily lives. A great example of this is a new company called Perplexity AI, which helps search in a more machine learning driven way than what you might find with Google, which is really driven off the back of advertising. Within the last year, you've seen the personalization of artificial intelligence come much more into the forefront, and people have been using artificial intelligence in their daily lives to make their lives easier, from everything from cooking all the way up to trading stocks. At least in my own personal opinion, there's not going to be very much difference between the artificial intelligence that is used by large companies and the artificial intelligence that me or you would be able to use in random tasks about our daily lives. So the places that AI has been making the most impact, or will probably make the most impact in the future, is in drug discovery, therapeutic discovery, and just largely biotech, being able to help eliminate diseases. I think the very early example of this was Google's DeepMind figuring out protein folding very early on, but increasingly creating drugs and creating new therapeutics to cure diseases, etc., will be based off of artificial intelligence, drastically cutting down the timeline process and reducing the amount of research and development that has to go into these drugs, and hopefully driving drug prices down so that people around the world can experience good health. There's a lot of things that the average person can also use artificial intelligence for to be able to solve problems in their own lives. I think that artificial intelligence will be one of the great equalizers for people building things. So if you have problems in your own life or think about things that you'd like to solve, artificial intelligence is an incredible type of rocket fuel to be able to get you to that point quicker. You can start to customize large language models and other types of artificial intelligence into the future to be able to create value for yourself and the other people around you. The most valuable use cases for utilizing artificial intelligence in 2024 to be able to make yourself money is finding problems that maybe affect you or a lot of people around you and trying to figure out what is the best way to use data to solve these problems. Another great example of an artificial intelligence thing that I saw built recently was an artificial intelligence platform that helps people talk to the opposite sex when they feel like they are, shy or unable to approach people. What this artificial intelligence does is it basically asks a few questions about the person that you're trying to talk to, and then gives you a bunch of ideas on how to stimulate conversation and basically talk to them. A lot of people ask, is artificial intelligence going to replace a bunch of jobs in the economy? And the likely answer is yes. There's probably a lot of things that people do that are just kind of mindless and repetitive and not very useful, that don't create a ton of value, that artificial intelligence will be quick to make extinct. I think that a good proxy for thinking about this is probably thinking about how when cars came around, there was a bunch of blacksmiths that went out of business. When robotics were introduced into assembly lines, a lot of people doing low-level factory labor were also disenfranchised. But overall, the value and the output of these creations created much more value for society that eventually trickled down and made everybody more wealthy over the long term. People who are able to integrate artificial intelligence into the things that they do on a daily basis stand the best chance of not only maintaining the work that they do, but also getting much better at it at the same time. Basically, any investment that you do in the modern day, no matter what it is using artificial intelligence in some way, shape, or form. And so therefore, off the back of that, almost every company that you're investing in is basically an artificial intelligence company in some way, shape, or form. But then obviously there are a bunch of AI specific companies as well that are looking to build their own models and their own pieces of hardware in some instances that basically harness artificial intelligence and basically make it more commercially friendly. A great example of this is the Rabbit R1. You can learn a little bit more about artificial intelligence and how it interacts with consumer hardware right here. A lot of people ask me what is the most intelligent way to invest in artificial intelligence startups, and for me, I think that the best way to do it is with a little bit of skepticism and a lot of caution. Anytime there's a new paradigmatic shift in technology, a lot of people rush in, a lot of people put a ton of money in, and at the end of the day, people overheat these markets before they can really develop into their full form. A great example of this is in the internet. If you were around in the late 1990s, you know that basically any company that added a .com into their name did extremely well for a very short period of time, but off the back of that ended up with a massive stock market crash where a ton of people lost a lot of money. But at the end of the day, that gave birth to companies that were really long-standing and enduring, like PayPal and eBay and Amazon, etc. And so you're really looking for these generationally changing companies that are doing things in their very own individualized way versus people that are just kind of hopping on the hype train. And so I would say look for people who are doing things in a very individualistic way and not just really chasing the hype. And there you have it. That's my thinking around why 2024 will be the year of artificial intelligence and how you can capitalize on that to not only solve problems in your own lives, but hopefully in the lives of others, and in turn make a ton of money off the back of that. If you like this video, please be sure to check out some of our other videos where we not only touch on artificial intelligence, but a variety of other things within the technological ecosystem.